Hello, happy Saturday. Welcome to Sip and Draw. I'm apparently rocking the It's Not Easy Being Green look today. Let me just do my side work stuff while you guys arrive. Have to pin the post. Marcus announcement. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. All right, hello, welcome. Oh, nice. There's a good group of you. Saturday Sip and Draw. Our sponsor tonight, let's do this, is Delta Handpies. Super excited about that. Maybe I'll just make you guys watch me eat a hand pie all night. Yeah, I'm really going for the full color coordination right now. I was actually looking really haggard and threw a hat on. It's been a weird day, you guys. I mean, we all know it. So we'll hide in here and escape for a while. Sounds pretty nice to me. So yes, Delta hand pies. So a lot of you ordered your pies. That's awesome. They come in this cute little bag. They're all individually packaged. I know it's backwards. I'm sorry. The globe matches too. So yeah, super cute. I'm gonna nibble on one as I draw, because nothing is sexier than listening to someone chew on camera. So cute little ham pies. I pulled this straight out of the fridge, but usually I warm them up. They're so good. The crust is so good. I'm really picky when it comes to pie crust. So they are super tasty. So thank you for the joining us with the Delta Ham Pies. If you haven't ordered from them yet, then you can always do it for next week. You have to order by Wednesdays and you get them delivered to you by Friday, but their delivery area is more limited. They're based here in West Sac. So yeah, you need to live kind of close. So we are doing a fruit drawing tonight. Since a lot of the hand pies are fruit based, thought that would be kind of fun. You of course can add many other things to it, kind of run with it and have fun with it as you like. We are also going to draw straight with pen tonight. So I've talked about doing this with you guys for a while, and a lot of our other drawings have either been, too complicated to really go for it. When you draw straight with pen, you really have to visualize the image as a whole, because with pencil, you're able to layer on top of layer on top of layer and erase. But with pen, if you're drawing an apple stem and that apple stem goes into the middle of the apple, you have to account for that in pen, or you're going to end up with a line through the middle of your stem. So it's kind of fun, and tonight's is really quite simple as far as pen, but you're also going to have to just take a deep breath sometimes and just go for it, because there are circles. And you know what, in pen, if the circle's not perfect, it's on the paper. Let it go. I'm not going to sing that song. But yes, just relax, take a deep breath. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. The more you try this, the better you'll get at it. And so I thought tonight would be a fun one to try. If this gives you anxiety through the roof, keep using your pencil. So that is I'm not here to cause anyone stress. This is all about relaxation. So if you're literally I can't do it, then don't. Okay, your drinking word is anytime I say the word fruit or the name of a fruit, you're going to drink a lot. So the word fruit or the name of a fruit. So if I say apple, you drink. If I say cherry, if I say blueberry, if I say strawberry, or if I just say fruit, you take a drink. So I have my drink tonight. You guys, I created a cocktail. This is my new favorite thing. So last time, you guys, I did that blue cheese martini, which I love. So this, as our family, only 2 of us eat watermelon. So if I buy a watermelon, we can only finish half of it. So I've started pureeing the other half because I use it in smoothies. And I had this idea to pour the puree into ice cube trays with mint. And so I put the watermelon, it's just watermelon puree and mint, and then vodka. And then I found a watermelon mint sparkling water. And then I added a little lime, and that's what I'm drinking. And the more those ice cubes dissolve, oh, it's delicious. There'll be lots of sips on that. Okay, so let me turn around and show you guys the drawing. Let me quit. It's like, what? That was 6 minutes of just listening to me babble. Yes, the ball jar. Gotta have the ball jar. So there is our happy fruit drawing. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the drawing already. I posted it earlier. So remember, if you follow me on Instagram, you get to see a lot of sneak peeks. And the Instagram is just Draw with Stacy. Make sure you are putting an E. If you end up at a Draw with Stacy and there's only one picture, you're at the wrong Draw with Stacy. You've reached the one that's telling you, hey, you're at the wrong one. Go to Stacy with an E. So yes. So here we go. Here is our fruit drawing. We are going to release all of our tension and try to work in just pen. If you can't do it, you can't do it. But you have to account for things like my strawberry stem goes into my strawberry. So I'm going to put the stem first. My apple stem goes into my apple. So I'm going to draw the stem first and draw the apple around it. When you're drawing in pen, you have to practice. Would it be called spatial recognition, or am I just trying to sound fancy? Because I'm not fancy. But you have to see how things fall. Hi, Mom. Welcome. You're up late. Okay, so is everyone ready? Take your deep breath. Become one with the fruit. Drink with the fruit. Embrace the fruit. Perspective. See, didn't spatial recognition sound like so awesome though? I lost like 15 people after I said that so they were like, who is this dumb girl? I'm just a mom who draws. That's what I've stood by from the day I started this group. Okay, so I'm going to start with the hand pie because it's a more simple shape. It's wavy lines. I'm going to put my hand pie towards the middle of my paper, and I'm just going to, again, I'm straight in pen. I'm just going to do a wavy line, and I'm doing mine at a slight angle across the page. And then you're going to connect this with an even wavier line going around. Just like that. And now see, if I was drawing in pencil, I would have rounded out those edges more, but it's okay. Once you have it all down, no one's going to say, that's a little too pointy for a hand pie. Now, I want another a border, because when you look at the hand pies, they're like pinched around the edge. So just a little bit in from this outside line, I'm going to do another wavy line. Till I get to the other side. For the eyes, I'm just doing ovals, big oversized ovals. Some of my fruit items are going to have small eyes and some will have larger eyes. And inside of the eye, I'm going to do 2 circles of light, a bigger one and a smaller one. How are you guys doing so far? Has anyone like thrown the pen against the wall already? How many of you are joining me on this pen to paper journey? Now, I'm going to give this little cutie a mouth. So I'm going to do a little small curve below the eyes. And I want her, this is my girl hand pie, to have an open mouth, because what I thought would be cute is you color the inside of the mouth the color of your filling. So usually I color them in black or things like that, but I thought it would be cute to color in the mouth the color of whatever filling your hand pie is. I'll do little cheek curves. Good job, guys. I love the people who are willing to try it. I love the people who aren't trying it too. Someday you should try it though. When you're just sitting there by yourself and you're watching TV and you're thinking, I'm going to doodle for a little bit. Give it a go. Now the legs I'm doing very simple, just 2 little angled lines. They kind of line up a little bit under the eyes, and then I'm just doing a little curve shape for the feet. And I'll color these in black. I'm doing a lot less erasing. My floor is still clean. I know, I was wiping off my desk and it was so disgusting. It had so much eraser on it. And the hands, I'm going to do the hands coming in to the pie. And I'm going to draw a circle. And then I'm going to draw a tiny little like bump off of that circle. So it almost looks like a little mitten when you color it in. So it's like a mitten hand with a little tiny thumb. And then I wanted eyelashes. So I'm going to do 2. So there is my hand pie. Now, when I color the hand pie in, I will add, some filling, some of the fruit marks. Everybody better take a sip. And you did it. If you did it in straight pen, you've just drawn your first shape in pen only. Next up, let's move to our little blueberries. So the blueberries, they are circles, but they have that little pointy top. So you're going to draw a circle shape, but you're going to leave room for that top. And I'll do 2 of them. I'm going to go ahead and put the circle shapes in first. Because usually that's like the most stressful part is, do I get my circles matched up? I can zoom in on this too, guys. So on the top, you just do these little zigzags. I kind of did 2 to the right and then 2 to the left. It just gives that the little blueberries always have that little top. And I don't know, as a cartoon drawing, it's cute because it kind of looks like hair. Now my blueberries are going to be holding hands. So I'm going to, might be a little close, it keeps focusing on just my hand. So I'm going to put 2 little lines that meet in between. And then their outside arms, they both have arms up in the air with 3 little fingers, which are just little sticks. And then I'll do the same on this side, 3 little sticks. They have the same feet as the hand pie. The only difference is I had this blueberry, I put the feet going the same direction. And then this blueberry, I put the feet going the opposite direction. And that was a lot of sips. It's a delicious beverage. Now this little guy, I'm going to keep the eyes simple, and I'm just going to do 2 little curved lines, like he's squinting, but a big open mouth. Well, I guess it's a little open mouth. It's not much space. And a little tongue line off to the side. And there's blueberry number 1. Blueberry number 2, I'm going to do circle eyes. And I'm just going to do a little curve inside for the pupil. I'm actually going to color this mouth in black. And then the tongue I'll do pink. And then this little cutie, I just gave a little smile, little curve. And then I have little lashes on this blueberry. And there's our blueberries. And you could do a bunch of them. I mean, you can, again, we're kind of like just adding a couple different fruits to this page, but you could go hog wild and add lots of different fruits. Or, you know, the hand pies came in other flavors that had nothing to do with fruit. So you could do your little black bean chili, or the little brie and onion, draw a wedge of brie. All the different things that might go into a hand pie. I'll pull this out a little bit. And let's see, which one will we do next? How about we do the apple? I'm going to change and put the apple over here so there's more room, and I'll put my strawberry up here. So I'm going to just switch it around a little bit. So the apple has a stem, and the stem goes kind of into the middle of the apple. I'll show you that again. So see, we have the stem going into the middle of the apple. So I need to draw the stem first. if I'm working in pen. So I am going to lose this paper because it's driving me crazy. It's cramping my fruit style. And I'm just going to do a little curved line up, a line straight down, and then curve back in. So it kind of has that apple stem look. See, I told you, the amount of times I'm going to say these fruit names, you guys are in trouble by the end of this drawing. Okay, now comes the apple. I want the front part of the apple, and then I want the back edge of the apple. So the front part of the apple, it's actually not going to touch the stem, okay? So I'm going to just start with this kind of waved line. Right? And then this is going to come all the way around. Gets a little smaller at the bottom. And then if you're working in pen, you need these lines to meet up. Boop! There we go. Now, typically when I'm doing a shape like this, I don't lift my pen. I keep going because I hate having things like this. I hate having, let me zoom in on that. I hate having these little bumps. So this is a pen lift and this is a pen lift. But this desk, because of this ledge that holds the pencils, I can't. It's impossible for me to move my arm that way. So now, the back part is built off of this, and it just comes up to the stem. And then on the other side of the stem, and connects back to this side of the apple. And then you end up with your front portion of the apple and your kind of middle portion of the apple. And you can even do like a little kind of line just below your stem. You know, a lot of times on apples, you'll kind of even have like a darker area there in the middle. And then I definitely want to add a little leaf. So I'm just going to do a teardrop shape off to the side. And with the apple, I'm going to do a little bit of a reflection inside. So I put a little rectangle right here and then a little bit smaller one below it. Just to add some detail to the apple. Ooh, you have cherry ham pies too. Yummy. Don't get them on your drawing. And then for the eyes, I'm going to do circles. Now these eyes are primarily, they're just colored in black. They'll just have circles of light inside of them. So if you do mess up and they don't line up, it's okay. You can kind of keep going because you're just going to color it all in anyway. It's those eyes where you have you have the inside of the eye, the pupil, the color part. Those eyes are a little bit more stressful to draw straight to pen because you can't just keep making it wider. You know, I could just keep adding to this if I felt like it didn't match up, or if I felt like one side was uneven or one side was misshapen. But if you have an eye with more detail, then it becomes a little more tricky. And then for this guy, I'm going to just do another big smile, that's open, so I'll do a little line down below. And there's my apple. And you can see, again, it's not perfect. I have these little fudges over here, but it still works. And once it's colored, no one is even going to see that type of thing. So there we go so far. We have our hand pie, we have our blueberry, and we have our apple. How many of you have made it? How many of you are still just in pen and haven't moved back to using a pencil? You still going strong? Holding up? Hi, Leah. Good to see you. Oh, good job, Linda. Still going strong. Good job, Jamie. Awesome. Love it. Still pen, just the blueberry though. Well, you were a little late, Dwayne. You were late to your own party. Awesome, Sue. Doing okay, Lisa. You made it. Pen, but my apple is winking because I colored in the whole eye. Oh, well, that's okay. Everyone likes a winking apple. That happens to me a lot, actually. Oh, Fiona, I bet it looks amazing. I've been known to color in a circle of light a time or two. Okay, our strawberry is next. We're going to put the strawberry up here. So for the strawberry, again, I have to do the stem first because the stem kind of goes into the berry. So you want that strawberry stem, the line, to be realistically about as big of whatever size your strawberry is. If you make this too small, then your strawberry is going to be tiny. If you make it too big, then your strawberry is going to be like ridiculously large. Still penning. So for this, you're going to bring, one more thing, because I'm going to put a stem on this too. So I need to put that little stem in first also before I finish the top. So there we go. Got that little stem. And then I'm just going to zig it in, back out, back in. Just going to touch the stem. And then up, down, out. There we go. There's my strawberry top. And so from here, the strawberry is going to fit underneath. And the strawberries, they're a little smaller down here at the bottom. So you're just going to curve down and then back up and back into your stem. And then you have your berry. Now, I've also been known a time or two to throw a line through or add a stem at the end. And once you color, most of the time you cover it up. You very rarely, you'd have to really be looking at it to find the mistake. So don't ever sweat it if you accidentally line through something you didn't mean to. It happens to me a lot. Because again, I like drawing this way a lot. In fact, it's my preferred way. I would prefer to draw straight in pen than do pencil. I don't know. There's just something for me it's the thrill of the draw, I suppose. So I'm going to have the strawberry's eyes kind of similar to the blueberry where they're not open, but instead of just being a slight curve, I'm going to do a very exaggerated, like almost a letter U. I mean, it is a letter U upside down. So 2 little letter U's and then a little smile below that. And then I'm going to do little circles for the cheeks, giving this strawberry some cheeks. And then you need to do the seeds. And the seeds are just a bunch of little circle, oval, teardrop kind of shapes. And you're just going to put them randomly. You know, I mean, I know a normal strawberry, they're covered, but you're just doing a little bit. And I did one kind of right here, and it looks like a nose. Now my strawberry is jumping for joy, so excited to be a part of the hand pie. So the feet are going to come down and curve back. And then this one will come down and curve back. And then you'll put that little foot, that little oval in the front. And it just gives that look like it's jumping. You could also do those little lines, you know, your action lines to show movement. And then those same simple arms and the simple 3 fingers that our blueberries had. And there's our strawberry. We only have one more fruit. Tonight's going to be probably our quickest drawing in a long time, but you know, that pencil and then doing the outline and doing all that, it takes time. So this is definitely, it's a much faster way to draw. Now, you guys, the cherry, it's a circle. So be brave, take a deep breath, and just draw. Just throw a circle down on the page. There we go. It's not perfect. It's a little flat on this side. Doesn't matter. See, look at that. Not a perfect circle. But it's close enough that when you look at it, you'll know it's supposed to be a cherry. And, you know, cherries, they really aren't perfect circles either. I'm going to do a stem off the top. Just this long, skinny line. A banana on the side, like you want a banana laying on its side? Or you just mean on the side, like on another sheet of paper, you want me to show you how to draw a banana? Can you clarify? Is my banana laying down? My leaf on this, I'm going to come out to a point and then come back to the point, so it's kind of pointed at both ends. And I had my cherry winking, so I'm going to do a circle for an eye, a big eye. Night, Mom. Get some sleep. You're already up too late. Just the banana. Okay, yeah, I can. We have plenty of time for that. Plenty of time. If you guys have some requests for other things you want to see, just let me know, because there's lots of time. A banana split. I don't know. Ooh, I'd have to think on that one. I'm going to put some lashes on the top and then lashes on the side. And then I'll do another circle inside of the eye, and then another circle of light, and a little smile. Now this cherry has an arm up. No, I did a Rainier cherry because I'm a cherry snob and I really like Rainier. So that's why I colored it the way I did. And then my other arm, I'm going to have coming into the body. And then the cherry's feet and legs, I just did a curve and a straight line. I didn't even do those little oval shapes. I just went with my straight line for a cherry. So have you guys like had about 50 drinks already? Because I keep saying a fruit name. And two cherries is cute. I mean, you always see two cherries a lot of times together. So that's another cute idea, is to do two, and you could have them connected at the stems. I'm just going to color this in black. The hand pie, I'll color the eyes in black too, but I'm going to do that in pencil. Okay. So a banana. You want a banana. Okay. Let's do it on here. I'm going to just add a banana. So for a banana, I'm going to do a curved line coming down. And then I'll do a little line going across. And then another curved line that gets wider. Okay, so there's the start of my banana. I'm going to have this banana peeled. So I'm going to do, starting from about the middle of the banana, I'm going to do a curved line that comes out. And then I'll do another curve on top of that connects. And then one here, and I'm going to have this one really kind of curved down. Have this come up more and curve around. And now that I have those in place, I can draw the actual banana. And so I'm just going to do a little oval inside. And then I can put two more little peels, one back here and then one back here. And you could either do both feet, really small down here at the bottom. I'm going to put a foot. In fact, let's do a bent foot here. A bent foot here. And little shoes. That looks very provocative. Oh boy. I really... He's a dirty banana. Oh, this just went from real cute to real. This is fruit after dark. I'm gonna take a sip. You asked for the banana. Okay. Now, eyes, you can just kind of pick from, a style of eye that you liked. I'll go ahead and do 2 circle eyes. Oh, who knew? Who knew that it would get dirty in fruit? Let's do little circles of light. And oh boy. Thanks for that. I'm actually kind of glad we did the banana. Sometimes it just, this is an adult sip and draw. We just put the adult in the adult sip and draw. And then let's give him, actually, you know what? Let's really go big and go, well, we're all home. So, and let's do a smirky little side smile. Yeah. There we go. There's our banana. You want to do some lines on the peel. Bananas always kind of have lines. And hands, you could give him hands or not. I kind of like him where maybe his peel is part of his hands. So I'm going to leave him with no arms, but you could give arms on him too. There's your banana. Now someone else asked for a lime. So let's do a lime. Okay. Lime would really be the same as a lemon. I mean, they're interchangeable. It's just going to be really kind of how you color it. But if I was drawing a lemon and I was drawing a lime, I would do the lemon bigger and the lime smaller. So I'm just going to put the lime down here in the corner. And for a lime, I would start with the little end nubs. So determine your kind of size. Now, when I'm putting the nubs, I want them about in the same space. So I just kind of bring my pen over and then I'll put one right there. Then they're about the same size, same location. And then from these little nubs, you're just going to draw a curved line on one side. And that went a little flat. If I was working in pencil, I would make that wider for sure. And then you do the same on the other side. So you can see I got it better on this side than I did on this. If I was doing this side, I would round that out more. And then for the lime, it's kind of like however, you color them, you're going to want to do green with some little spots. So I'm going to do some little dots up here. I'll even put some right here. One of those little reflections there. And then let's give the lime a winking eye too. So I'll do one eye. And then the other one's winking. And then I'll do a little open mouth for this guy with a tongue. And I'll put little legs down here for him. You could also make it goofy and make him like pigeon-toed, like have both the feet coming in. Just adds another little bit of character, makes him different. It's good to be different. And then little arms off to the side. So that would be my lime. Again, I would make this bigger, but once I start coloring it, it's going to look like lime. So it's not going to look as wonky as I feel like it looks right now. He should be more even from top to bottom. Any others? Anybody else? Any other little requests? Something you'd like? You could also draw the lime. It'd be cute to draw him more up and down instead of side to side. You could put a little hat on his head or something. There's all my fruits though for tonight. I just have to color. But if you have, you know what? I'm going to give my lime a little leaf. So I'm going to put a little stem here at the end. And just do a little leaf. If anybody has any other requests and you have something you want to see, a question of how you would draw something, just let me know. A peach. Oh, that's a good pie filling, and we're just about in peach season. Pears would be cute too. Okay, so if I was doing a peach, the good thing about the peach is you don't really have to do the stem inside of the peach like you did the apple. I'm just going to keep adding. They're going to get smaller in size, so my peach relative to my strawberry is going to be smaller, but whatever, it's okay. So the peach, I'm going to do, you kind of want that for all intents and purposes, that kind of like butt of the peach. So I would start with that. A peach to me is almost like a modified heart shape. So I'm going to come down or up and around. And it's just a little pointy at the bottom. And then it can come back around and meet there. And then I would probably add another little line within that. And the little stem can come right off the top here. And you could do a leaf or not, totally up to you. And I'm going to put the face for my peach over here. I'm not going to have it completely centered because I kind of have this line going on here and I don't want to split it. So I'm going to just put the face of the peach off to the left. And let's do oval eyes. I'm just going to do circles of light inside these so they'll be colored in kind of like the hand pie. And I'm going to do lashes on my peach. And then I'm going to do a curved line, but on top of it, I'm going to do lips. And there we go. There's my little peach. She's kind of looking from the side. So that's really all I would do for a peach. You could round this out a little bit more. They do kind of have a little point down there at the bottom. But you could also make it more circular if you want. If you don't like having that kind of pointed shape. Okay, so let's do a blackberry, which if you were doing a raspberry, it would be, kind of the same. And so with the blackberry or raspberry, if you're doing kind of a cartoon version of them, you're really just doing like a bunch of bumps. This guy's going to be from the side. So a bunch of little bumps. You can draw little leaves off the top and a little stem. And then we'll do little arms. And really the only difference between the raspberry and the blackberry would be the color, whatever color you're going to color it. And I'm going to do those little mitten hands on this guy. So just a little circle and then that little tiny bump for like the thumb. Make that a little bit bigger. I'll do those simple legs like the cherry had. And then let's give him a mouth. And let's give him a mouth with teeth, just because we haven't done that. And then I'm just going to do simple circle eyes. Maybe little eyebrows. Now what I would do when I'm coloring this is I'll color it and then inside I'll make little curve lines too, because when you have a raspberry or a blackberry, there are all these little circles built on top of each other. If I was drawing a more realistic one, I would just build a lot of circles on top of each other. So there we go. There's a little blackberry. And really for a raspberry, I wouldn't do it that much different. I might make the raspberry a little more like U-shaped. Blackberries, I always feel like do look a little bit smaller on the bottom. So with the raspberry, I might make it a little more U-shaped, and I might make it a little furry. So have little tag lines around the edge. And then because this was hand pies, and these are all little fillings for inside the hand pies, I added that little get in my belly. As if the hand pie itself was saying it to all the fruits. And then I just do a little triangle, little V pointing down at the pie, and then a bubble around it. Get in my belly. And there we go. There's all of our fruits. So I'm going to start coloring them in. And you know what color fruits are. With the peach, I'll do a little bit of peach and then a little bit of darker orange, almost kind of similar to how I'm going to color the Rainier cherry. And when I color the Rainier cherry, which you can do that red cherry if you like, but when I color that cherry, I'm going to use that blender pencil. So you can see like another version, another little example of that. So there's my cherry, or my strawberry. Geez, I had cherry on the brain. I'll do my cheeks. And then I just did a really pale yellow, which probably doesn't even show up for the seeds. Now, the thing is I do have to kind of color around these, because if I go on top of them with the red, it's going to cover them, and I don't want that. So I'm going to actually kind of color and go around them so I don't color them over. And I'm coloring a little bit on the lighter side right now, but I might go in and darken up certain areas, darken up by the eyes. I can go right over those cheeks. It's not going to show up. So is everybody happy to have a little reprieve from the weather we'd been having? It was so much nicer, so cool today. There was a good breeze. There still is a good breeze, at least out here in West Sac there is that nice delta breeze. And yeah, you could, you could, and I'm sure a lot of you will, add a bunch of other fruits. I'm really pretty excited about that banana. Oh my gosh, you got hail and rain? We didn't get that. We did not have hail and rain. Okay, I'm going to color this peach eye in. Oh, it's heating back up this week. Wow, yeah, we didn't have any of the thunder and things like that. Not that I noticed, anyway. Give my peach some red lips. Flooded the backyard. Wow. We didn't have that in West Sac, right? I didn't nap today, so sometimes, you take a nap and you miss those things. Okay, let me find a good peach color. Oh, how about the one that's called peach? Okay, so I'm going to color this in peach. But then I'm going to add a little bit to it once I get it all colored in. I love a good rain and thunderstorm. I wish we had that. It's interesting. I love living in West Sacramento a lot. I feel like, we get that delta breeze. We do get cool down a lot. But a lot of times I feel like we miss the storms. They go like right past us. They're either like just a little bit to the north of us or just a little bit to the south of us, and we don't see them. You'll know we'll see it in Davis and like, oh, it's coming our way. And then it ends up just like going right past. Okay, so see, I'm going to come down this middle line more firm, like darken that up for that like ridge in the peach. And then I'm going to get my like pale yellow and just add a little bit in. Especially kind of towards the bottom. And this one I don't really need to do the blender pencil on. It's kind of blending itself. Sometimes it happens with pencils. They'll just blend themselves. So see, I like that. I like how that looks. And then because my peach has lipstick, I'm going to give her some rosy cheeks they're just not going to be outlined. And then that brown peach stem. Now my lime, let me find a good lime color. I'm going to color the inside of the mouth darker, keep it the lime. And I want to do these lighter. And then color that other part darker. So I'm hoping those appear a little bit lighter. Yeah, we've been so warm lately, and today, while I had shorts on, I had a long sleeve shirt on, just kind of a button up over it, over a tank top, and I never took it off. I kept waiting to get too hot and take it off, but I never did. It was always cool enough. It's nice tonight. It's I actually opened the window to the office, which I was a little worried about because they were having a party across the street. And I thought, uh-oh, you're going to be able to really hear that. But apparently they all went to bed because it died shortly after I started. Okay. I'm going to add pink for sure on that little tongue of the lime. But then I'm going to find a little bit darker green and just come into some areas a little bit darker. That mouth part darker. So don't forget, when you're done with your drawings tonight, I would love to see them, especially since a lot of you tried the straight to pen. I'd love to see how you did. Check out your drawings. It's fun to have those little challenges sometimes. Step outside of your comfort zone. But like I said, it's not super fun if it like stresses you out. So if it's too stressful for you, then you just keep using your pencil. I made the little top parts darker. I kind of liked accentuating them as if they were hair on top of the head. My blueberries are permanent violet, is the name of my color. I didn't want to go too dark with them, too dark of a purple, because then I'd lose some of their face when you color it in. And then I'm also going to take a, no stress except for the banana. Hey, I started getting stressed out about the banana too. for different reasons. I'm going to do little cheeks on both of them with like a little, I think this color is called Bordeaux. So then they just have that little accent color. Now my Blackberry, I'm going to do a darker purple. So let me find this one's called Blue Violet. Yeah, Blue Violet. That's the one I want to use. When is it supposed to start warming up again, guys? I need to be prepared. I don't mind it so much. I really don't like it when you can't open the windows. That's when, like at night. It can be hot during the day, but just give me a cool night. Now I'm going to add these little circular marks inside of my Blackberry, and I'll show you in just a second. I almost need to do them in Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. I was going to try to go paddleboarding this week, so that's good because I need it to be warm to do that. Okay, so see how I did that? So I colored him, but then I added like those circle marks for him. I'll color his mouth in blue. And my banana, I'm going to do the banana, the inside, a pale yellow. And then I'll do the outside darker. You could add a little brown, you know, maybe or you can make yours more of a green banana. Play around with, color it how you like to eat it, I suppose. So I'm going to get a brighter yellow. Let's do this one. Nah, I don't like that one. Sometimes it's just the picking of the colors, which is like the hardest part. Do these darker. I love doing pages like this. It's like we did with, kind of like how we did with the Beatles too. It's just really fun sometimes to do more of like what I would call a doodle sheet. And this is a fun thing to do on your own. You know, if you ever feel like drawing, it's not during a class. You can just pick a topic, you know, maybe it's fruit, maybe it's vegetables, maybe it's barbecue. Just kind of pick a topic and then color or draw accordingly to that topic and just fill your page. And like, you know, that's why I said, do you guys want to see anything else? Do you have any other shapes you want a lesson on? And you just kind of do that yourself. Just keep adding to it. They're really fun. I really think it's a fun activity. It's fun to try to make them all look a little bit different, even though, you know, you're going to have to repeat some of the faces, some of the eyes, but having them all, again, just being unique. Even our blueberries don't look the same. They look a little bit different from each other. Okay, let me get a black. I still haven't eaten my pie. I was going to eat it, but then I decided I really didn't want to just sit here and have you guys listen to me chew away. So I'll save it for after I draw. It's going to be my reward. I did have one yesterday. I had the chili, the black bean chili. So good. Oh gosh, it was so good. We ate it right after it was delivered. It was still warm. I don't know how they do it, but when they got delivered to my house, they still were warm. And I love, love, love the brie and caramelized onion. That is one of my favorites so far in the savory lineup. And if you didn't get a chance to order from them tonight, you can order from them still. They take orders through Wednesdays, and then they deliver them on Fridays. Just make sure they deliver to your area, or I'm sure you could come and pick them up somewhere. Maybe, Dwayne, maybe you can confirm that or deny that. I'm starting rumors. It's so good, isn't it, Robin? Did you eat any of the others? Also, as just a side note, if you didn't get a wine order in from Silt yet, you still have time. The code expires after tomorrow. So if you still maybe you didn't order or you didn't order enough and you really want more, I went today and got 3 more bottles myself. So you can still use the draw 20 code if you want to order more. But tomorrow's the last day. So get in while the getting's good. We drove out there today and picked up our wine. It was so beautiful. The place is just gorgeous. I can't wait to go when I can hang out properly there. They are doing reservations right now. They don't do, you can't just walk in, but they have reservations, and they were very safely social distancing everyone. And they're just, everybody out there is so, so nice. The pie place is Delta Handpies. Delta Handpies. Dwayne, would you like to throw the link up for me? Or for yourself? Vanna Dwayne, are you there? Oh, see, you can do it, and there he just posted the link. So basically, tomorrow, y'all need to order your pies and order your wine, because after that, you got to pay full price, man. Hi, Dwayne. I knew you were there. Now, when I colored the hand pie, I colored the edge a little bit darker than the body, but then I'm also going to come in with a completely different shade of brown, right? Pies and wine. Oof. And I like that look, like it's kind of a thumbprint. So right at each of these little waves, I just kind of did a little shading. So they look like that crease. Vanna Dwayne. I don't know why I like that nickname so much. See, just that little bit. I think it makes it look so cute. It makes it look like a pie, like you like beep, beep, the little pinch marks. And then the last thing I want to do to kind of make it look like a pie is I want to add those little filling. Usually with pies, you know, you do a little cut line in them. But I didn't want to outline that. So I'm just doing 3, one down the middle and one on each side. And then you can do that in whatever your filling color is. And I did the inside of the mouth, the same color. So see? Then it's like the filling. It's kind of cute. You could even have some like along the edges, like in little places where maybe the filling is like seeping a little. All those little kind of fun details, fun quirky details. I believe the delivery area, well, I know it's West Sac, Davis. I'll have to have Dwayne answer. I don't know what the other, I can't remember if Elk Grove is one of them or not. Oh, there we go. I had Elk Grove right. You guys should tell me, can you hear the music tonight? And I guess, can you hear it enough that it's identifiable? I've decided I like listening to music when I draw, but now I'm so afraid that I'm going to get tagged again on YouTube and they're going to take me down. But I think I have it pretty quiet that you can't hear it. I mean, you could maybe be like, oh, I can tell you're listening to music, but I couldn't tell you what it is. All right, I'm going to just do my apple. And this color is actually called apple green. I think I used it on my Beatles apple too. But you could do a red apple or a pink lady. You could also do green and then add a little bit. I have very old school jams on. I think it was called like old school sad songs. That's my mood today. Melancholy. I think that's what the playlist is actually called. And a few times it's taken everything I have not to start singing for you guys. But we all know how that went last time. I think I am going to add a little bit of other color into my green apple. Or just maybe give him some pink cheeks. Maybe that's all he needs. It's a little pink cheek. Oh, sorry, bumping camera. So at this point, next week, we don't have any sponsors for the night. So, what things do you guys still want to draw? Give me some things you'd like to see, you'd like to do. Knowing, the style in which we always draw, we've branched out a little bit, but what are some that you would still like to see? Yeah, that needed some pink cheeks. See. Oh, you know what? Would it be really weird if I asked you guys what you want to draw and then I told you I just decided? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what you guys suggest. But there has been a suggestion a couple times and I just remembered. And it would be good. It would be fun for a sip and draw. Sophie asked for cars. We did a car last week, Sophie. Or did she mean cars like Disney cars or just cars in general? Flowers, summer garden, mermaids and sea life. More of the characters like the birthday bunch. What's the birthday bunch? More bananas. That's what we're doing next week. That's what popped in my head is we're just doing an entire page of bananas. Not just bananas, but we're going to do provocative bananas. Next week is all provocative bananas. Oh, so the Epiphany, and I'll decide because I do like the idea of like some summer and some flower and stuff like that. But we got a request really early on, and then it's been requested multiple times to do Disney villains. And I'll be honest, I'm not like the biggest Disney person, but there are certain things I do love drawing. They do have some great animation, and we could have a lot of fun with some villains. I can get behind that. If it was a bunch of adults and you guys all wanted to draw Anna and Elsa, I'd tell you to come back Monday through Friday. But I think as adults, we could have some fun with villains. So, yeah, that's high on my list to do. I just think it could be really fun. And, you know, we did kind of outdoorsy with the, we just did a truck, so that's covered. We just did I don't quite want to duplicate yet. We did kind of really outdoorsy with that Delta scene with the boat and the vineyard and whatnot. So I don't know. I'll have to decide between kind of something more floral and the villains, but I kind of like the villains idea. I liked it the first time it was requested, and I just keep forgetting. Or, you know, we have sponsors or other things pop up. The Beatles popped up, and I thought that could be really fun. So, R-rated bananas. Oh, that's too good. Okay, so for this cherry, this is like the last thing that I'm coloring in. So I did the cherry, this really kind of pale yellow, but then I'm going to come in with red. And I'm just going to color kind of the bottom and then up through the middle. And then a little more across the top. Rainier cherries just kind of have that red accent inside of them. Go a little darker in some spots. A little bit darker up here. Oh, Deadpool would be a fun one too, for the fellas that like to draw, or for the ladies that are into comics. I really loved Deadpool, but I also really I don't know, like that kind of humor. And really love Ryan Reynolds. Okay, let me sharpen this, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the blender pencil, and then call it. So let me zoom in here. So you can see this cherry before, and then with the blender pencil, you can kind of take it so that red fades into the yellow a bit more. And as you can see, it rubs out. So it's taking some of the pencil off. Where I went darker, it's not quite as dark, and you can see pencil on the paper. So don't wipe, always blow. Oh, that had some black in it. And you can definitely overblend. So sometimes you'll do it and like, oh, I took too much of the red out, I want it darker. Then just go add a little bit more back in. But this just kind of helps blend those edges together, which I love. So I really feel like the blender pencil kind of helps with two things. It's either going to blend two colors together like we've just done, or it's going to take a color. I'll actually do it a little bit on the strawberry. It's going to take a color that's maybe showing a lot of white through and fill it in. So see, I'm just going to add a little bit of darker back in there and a little bit up here. And then blend just slightly, but keep that darkness in there. And see, I love that. I kind of love how that ends up looking. And you can wipe, just stay in the shape, because it's definitely, again, it's taking it kind of off the page. Okay, now there's strawberry. Different kind of example. The strawberry, I can see a lot of white within the red. So this just comes in and fills a lot of that white space. Good night. Thanks, Rosie. So see how it's like this is before and this is after. It'll just fill in white space for you. And if you've colored a lot darker, sometimes it's even better. Like it's even more noticeable than what I'm doing now. I colored this so faintly, but when you're coloring really dark, a lot of times if you have white showing through, it can be annoying. I don't know. It's not that it looks bad. It just, to the eye, you'll keep focusing on that. So if you come in and you blend it out with that blender pencil. Also, I loved how I just assumed that Rosie was calling me sweetie. Maybe somebody else left and she's like, bye, sweetie. My mom always calls me sweetie. All right, there we go. There's my fun, happy hand pie fruits. Super cute. I love all the little additions. I love the peach and the banana. I really love the banana. That one was pretty fun. So thank you guys so much again for hanging out with me. It's been a fun night drawing. We will be back next Saturday for another round. Don't forget to support Delta Handpies. You can place another order for delivery next week. You can still use the discount code through tomorrow. You can still support Silt. Let me flip this around, but let me turn the light off. I saw my sister-in-laws yesterday and they're like, we love it when you flip the camera around at the end. So now I'm like, oh, I better make sure I always do that. So yes, we'll be back next week. Don't forget to order from Silt. Use the code draw20. Don't forget to order from Delta Handpies. Use the code draw20. You have through tomorrow. We will be back here next week. This week, coming up for the kids, for those of you who have kids that draw, we are actually doing foods all week. It's food week. The sip and draw won't be. I'll fully decide this week what we'll be doing. I always appreciate your support. Remember, these are always free, but I appreciate your tips. A lot of you guys send me tips at the end of this. I love it. It's so generous of you. I'm so very grateful, and it's what helps me keep this going. It's what helps me buy supplies. It's what helps me make it look a little bit better than if you compare it to when I first started. So thanks again. Keep coming back. Keep sending your recommendations in. Post your art. I want to see it. Please post your art. I love you guys. Bye, sweeties.